the challenge with this industry is it's very confidential, actually.
That's true.
Um, so once you get a listing, you can't put a sign out in front of that business typically because your employees don't even know it's for sale. The suppliers don't know it's for sale. Who knows
Vendor.
it's for sale? Then you have to get it out. How do you get the word out? Then your challenge is to get the word out and to run interference because the owner, the reason you get the listing is the owner doesn't want to take those calls and he doesn't know what to say if he got the call. You have to really convince him that you might be able to help him that way. That's the way I got a listing just a couple days ago because I really toyed with the idea of not taking the listing. But I liked the person, and that was the reason I eventually chose to do it. I liked the seller. And I thought, no, this is an easy person to work with. I don't know how easy the business is going to be to sell, but I really weighed the listing based upon my relationship with the seller. And I think in business brokering, that's very important. If you don't get along with the seller, or if you just don't feel comfortable with them, I walk myself. I just don't take that listing just to have a listing because they're going to be difficult with the buyer too sometimes, and you're not going to know how to negotiate because you kind of have to be the middle person. You have to. I require that they keep me in the loop on every email because you can lose a deal when the owner, the seller, and the buyer start talking to each other if you're not in that loop. I almost did. I explained it last week, I think, where the buyer and the seller were talking, and the buyer backed away, said, "I'm not going to buy it anymore," and it was because of how complex the product was that he was buying. He didn't realize, and the seller was trying to impress him, I think. But you just kind of have to be involved there, and you have to kind of be able to read the tea leaves a little bit.
There's no recourse on commission, like in residential. Well, I mean, I don't know, what am I trying to say here? If you have a buyer agreement, right? They have those in business brokering, right? The buyer
Oh
agreement
yeah,
and seller agreement, yeah. There's no, like, if they were to,
we don't have a buyer. Excuse me for interrupting. I don't know about Diane. Some people do buyer agreements. I'm pretty slow to do one. I'll tell you why. Because like the one that you started the meeting with, if you have him sign an agreement with you, you're responsible to serve him.
oh, that's
Uh,
right. So dual agency applies to business brokering.
it does.
Okay.
You'll get both sides without an agreement from the buyer. You'll get both
Okay. Okay. And
typically.
there's just a risk they could, got it. But then the seller would still have to pay you a commission if he sold it,
The
even
sellers
without
pay the
you.
commission. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I normally have a minimal. I have a minimum commission with $25,000, and I won't do a deal unless I can at least get 25,000. I don't take any money up front. Some do. Some think that you ought to have at least 5 or 10,000 up front, and then you'll fold that into the commission on the back. But if I can't trust, I don't know, but I just feel differently about it, I guess. I just feel like, well, if we can't sell this, then we both take that risk. And I'm willing to look at it from that standpoint. And if I think I have a good seller, and believe me, Kimberly, if you have a good seller, that's someone that's motivated to sell, right, Diane? That's a
Yes,
good
I
seller.
don't take the commission upfront neither. I told the seller
Yeah,
my fee just only when you sold the business, make him feel very confident. I have to work hard to earn what
yeah,
I
yeah,
earn. So I
yeah.
don't take anything upfront, only when I sold his business.
Some people all of us have purchased things where we've given money up front.
Mhm.
At some time or another throughout our lifetime, we've given them a deposit. It's not an unknown thing, but in business brokering, it's, I don't know, everyone does it different. And I'm not going to tell you how to run your business, Kimberly, or no one, you're independent business people out here. You have to get up in the morning on your own. I'm not calling anyone to get them up out of bed, to go be a business broker. To be a business broker, I think, is one of the hardest brokerage jobs there is. So if you're going to choose between residential, commercial, and business broker is by far the hardest. It's got a longer tail of closure. It just takes longer. Um, there's just so many things that can happen. There's a lot of unknowns. It's just a little harder. You can't drive by the business in the sense that you can in real estate.
Yeah, for example, when Dick say, I totally understand. For example, the buyer offer a price, the seller accepted. However, when I go to the landlord deny. So, like he said, in the business transaction, we have many things unexpected. We we don't know.
Yeah,
So
the landlord may not like the
the
new buyer.
landlord, yes.
That's true.